Hi, everyone. How's it going? Good evening. So it's 9 p.m. my time in Florida. So I think Betty, for you might be what, 6 o'clock around that time? Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. That's what's going on here. And I'm so happy to everyone to be here, like for being here tonight. It's just an hour of your time and it's great training. We always provide so much information. There's golden nuggets here for everyone, and this is just doesn't come from theory only. It comes from a place of experience. We learned it, we've gone out and done it, we've gotten results, and that's why we're here sharing all this information. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having an open mind. And the number one thing you need to have right now is just, hey, I'm going to learn and I can do this. If that girl from Florida could do it, if that guy from New Jersey could do it, I can do it. Why not? Okay, seriously, if you're human, you're here and somebody else did something, you can do it too. That's just the mentality to have right now. Just have an open mind, because today it's going to be fire, because we have a person who is just excellent at social media. And I've learned so much from him. And honestly, he pumps me up all the time. I'm going to play a little song for him right now, too. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I do have it. Let's see if my sound is like, hey, you are such a Jersey boy, by the way, with this song. Can y'all hear it? Okay, so just funny story. I used to jam out to this song back in the day. This takes me back to my college days, okay? It just reminds me so much of when I lived in Argentina, and this song came out in 2009, I believe. And I was in Argentina, and it would just pump me up, because I'm one of those people that ever since I was young, I was like, what, we're going out at 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. I should be in bed. But then this song would come up and I'd be like, no, let's go. I am pumped. I am ready to go. So the whole purpose of this is also for y'all to get pumped, get that feeling, knowing that tonight's going to be a real good night, because we have an excellent presenter. Someone's going to show us some real golden nuggets. So make sure you have your notebooks. I have my notebook right here. This is like my notes from the earlier session. I got my pen ready. My energy is up. I took some energy just to be here. And I cannot wait to listen to this presenter. So everyone, just put your hands up for Omar, the Jersey boy. What's up, Omar? How's it going?
Let's go. Whoa, I was pumped with that. Thank you so much. Everybody, put your hands up for Cindy. Cindy's so awesome. Thank you so much for always being an incredible presenter. You're also an incredible trainer. I have learned so much with you and Eli. Incredibly. So thank you. And that song really was needed right now. I kind of see everybody got in the groove right there, getting into that vibe where you were kind of like, are we here? Are we not? But then you guys got pumped up. So it's great. I'm excited for tonight. As I was saying before we hopped on and pressed that record button, tonight's going to be a fire night. I'm really excited what we're going to bring. It's just totally new. I mean, I have different things from different trainings, but I brought it all in one, put it in a blender and bring it to you guys. So, but what I do know, we might ruffle some feathers tonight. It might get a little hot out there. So you crank up that AC, put your fan close, get some water, get some energy or collagen or anything that's going to keep you nice and hydrated, because we're about to drop it. So Cindy, I am so excited. And every time I share a screen with you, a virtual stage, I get super pumped. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm like so nervous tonight. One, because I know there's going to be people, out there where I have to deliver, but one biggest reason is because I got Cindy present to me. I'm like, oh my God, like she presents me like I got to play up to that level. I really got to scale it up. So, all right, guys, what we're going to touch tonight is basically what's going on around. There's suddenly a slow but steady quote unquote death of social media. There's a recession of social media. We're going to be touching on that. We're going to be talking about why not to follow those shiny objects, how to leave all that distraction, and how to focus on what you have to do. We're going to probably talk about a little bit of I'm not going to mention names, but influencers that are probably delivering a wrong message, especially for us networkers, because up in here, who's a networker up in here? Like, I know we influence people, but we're all networkers. We're building businesses. So I'm going to be sharing a screen. I made a little presentation. It's going to be very short. We're going to leave the questions for the end as we go. I'll probably stop once in a while and like I'm gonna ask some generic questions for you guys to get engage and participate as well. But we'll answer all the questions at the end. I'm gonna be respectful with your time. Presentation only lasts about 4 hours and a half, so that's not much. We all got time. So let's get rolling. And I know who's excited. Let me see who's excited. I want to see who's pumped up for tonight. Who's pumped up? I see JT, Cindy, Helena, Kuwinder, Betty Lopez, Rockstar. Betty and I were messaging last night. Well, it was over here like 11 o'clock. I know it's earlier for her, but this woman, she's on fire. Yeah, I gotta be careful. This woman is on fire and she's crushing social media. So I see Jesus Gomez over there in Chicago. Adriana, I don't know exactly where you're at, but your smile just always brings light to the stage and to this meeting. So we are so honored to have you. And of course, the lady, the one that makes this possible because she lets us use her meeting, Miss Claudia Borges. Big hugs to you. God bless you, Rockstar. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'm going to be trying to go as fast as I can. There is a longer part to this. I'm not going to get there. I cut it. I actually did a little cut so we can enjoy what we have, be respectful of your time, be efficient, but overall deliver to what you want to take. All right. So let's get the party started. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I don't want you guys to see me because I don't want you guys to look at me hard after this. I'm just playing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. And I know that I know that I know, and I know like I know that a lot of people, some will get somewhat not so comfortable. But overall, just understand this is with love. This has nothing to do with bringing anybody down. But this is Hybrid Minds, where I will actually want to start using as the name. We'll probably be changing the group name because a group of realtors chose picked my logo name, well, the name of the group that's called Chosen Tribe, and a group of realtors actually, went over there and copywrote it. So I have to either buy it from them or let them use it. But anyways, we're not going to debate on that. Let's get started with what's really happening. How to survive the social media recession. I want to see the hands of people on here tonight who have been probably feeling you kind of hit a snug. You kind of hit like you hit a time where it's you see the grass is greener on the other side. You're probably seeing other people like hitting it and going hard at it, and you're probably not advancing. Like, why are you kind of stuck? Why are you not going viral? Why are you not hitting it? Why are you not hitting the big numbers? So I want to see the hands of those. I'm going to be using my other phone so I can actually see you guys. Let me see something. Okie doke. All right. All right. I see you guys. So this is what's happening. This is the era of a bye-bye shiny influencer in a down economy. Now, if you guys remember, 2020 was like booming. People were buying massive products everywhere. Social media was great. There was like a golden rush, a golden era. You can go viral on TikTok, Reels, Facebook, and pretty much all over. So that era is coming down to a slight end. It's not going to end. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you hope, but it's ending in a certain way because it's not going to be so easy. You're going to have to step up your game. You're going to have to become more than just, putting regular content. You're going to have to be hardcore on this because companies, mostly like platforms on social media, are going to be looking at people who are going to bring quality content. And the reason why the shiny influencers in a down economy, it's because all these mega companies out there, all these mega trends that are happening are looking at mega influencers, but they're seeing the numbers are not quite hitting. So you can have 5 million followers, etc., but are you really engaging with 5 million people? Like, let me see, who in here has over 1,000 followers on their social media? Matty, Betty, Cindy. Okay, so let me ask you something, and real. Do you see 1,000 posts of people every day? No. Why is that? Because, well, first off, time isn't enough. You're not going to be on Scroville all day. And if you're an entrepreneur, your job on social media is to build a business, to build a following, so you can have the engagement, the conversations, and do what we have to do to, at the end, either close leads as a customer or new leads, new reps in our teams. So back in the day, you would see pretty much everybody on Instagram or Reels or Facebook or anywhere posting, and you'd be like, wow, this is flooded. But all of a sudden, it started decreasing. And we're going to talk about that. The demand and supply is one of the slides we have on here and why that's happening. But the really thing I want you to take on, you don't have to see all these people, but would you follow you? Would you engage with yourself while on, if you look at your page? So we have to become that. What are we looking for? If you want to have people who engage on you, you have to engage. Obviously, time is limited. You're not going to engage with 1,000 people, 1,000 followers, but you can do as much to bring people on. So that being said, let's talk about what's the problem. Now, I asked you before, who on here is using social media? Not just the followers, who on here is using social media, period. Doesn't matter. If you got 10 followers, 100 followers, 1,000 followers, 10,000, 1 million, doesn't matter. If you're using social media, I include myself. Social media is by far the best tool that has ever came for marketing, and especially for entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs in these days, in modern times. The problem is it has gotten a bit saturated. And we're going to talk about that later on. But just to give you a little hint, it's not one of the slides, but I was watching in one of the recent articles, people are consuming 100,000 hours a day. Or 100 million. It's an exaggerated number. So 100 million hours a day of consumption of social media. It's just so much. You get bombarded left and right. So if you're not trained in your mind, we can easily fall into these traps of getting distracted. And you went on social media to probably, let me reply to this comment. Let me try to get back to this person and see if I can have a conversation. The next thing you know, you're on Scroville and you never even replied to that person. And I'm guilty of that. We kind of slide on a bit, and you next thing you see 2 hours went by. Oh wait, I never even went back and followed up with that person. So we got to really train our minds to say, no, this is what I'm going in there. I'm going to be diligent. Boom, go to that precisely and get out. The next thing I'll probably do is create content, post it. If nobody engages within 30 minutes, I ain't looking back. I gotta continue. I got stuff to do. I got a grandson to chase. I got a family to take care of. I got my wife to give time to. So you have to be very diligent with that, and also very careful. You don't slip through the cracks and be finding yourself, just like people right here who you see that are disappearing from the world because they're on social media. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but we have to know how to manage our time wisely. Now, this is the big question. We're gonna get there right now. Okay. How many of you are really going viral? Exactly. Crickets, no problem, because I'm there too. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's okay. So why aren't you going viral? I'm gonna answer you with this. I'm not even gonna tell you. Newsflash, very few people go viral, but it's okay. You don't need to. You don't need to go viral to start having conversations. If you're having 5 healthy conversations a day, and this number can vary, it could be 2, but if you're doing something, you're having conversation, productive conversations for your business, you're doing just about fine. The problem with these mega influencers who have like tons of leads and people are just reaching out to them back and forth, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to make a full disclaimer. Still shoot, aim for trying to go viral in the future, but don't let that be your focus. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we're networkers. We're not necessarily just social media influencers. We're networkers. We're building real businesses. We're helping people building themselves as well. So Yes, we want to influence. Yes, we would like to go viral. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a problem of having so many people that you don't even have to prospect? That'd be like a really big problem, right? Everybody would despise that. I would hate that, right? If you just wake up one day and be like, you got so many people you got to reach out to that you can't even prospect because you got a big funnel loaded with leads. That's a big pipeline. That's a big quality problem. But not everybody can do that. But like I said, you don't need to. And here's where I want to take you. We all know entrepreneurship is not romantic. You might feel lonely at times. There's times where you feel an imposter syndrome. I'm guilty of it. When I lost my two great, big legs, and I'm looking at down like, darn it, I see all these people just crushing it and like having these big teams. My team just disappeared. I got to start all over. And I'm being vulnerable tonight because you know what? I'm seeing that it's not necessarily about the people I'm making and the team I can have if my team isn't winning. So if you got 5 people, 10 people, and they're winning, you're winning. You're doing better than most of them that probably have thousands and thousands, but they can't even reach to all of them. That's going to be a quality problem for everybody on here. Just a heads up, down the road, you're going to have thousands, tens of thousands of people in your organization. You might not have the time to meet everybody. But one thing I want to say, I take this best example from the top leaders. Look at Dr. Herminio Navarez. Look at Juan Rosado. Look at Dave. Look at Dave Daughtry. Does he have to be on our meetings? Does he have to come and meet us? Does he have to? No. But he takes the time to come get to know us because that's where he is. And I'm going to take his words. We're going to do this also on one of my Facebook Lives. Networking is not what I do, it's what I am. And this is where we come in. So entrepreneurship, yeah, it's not romantic. It could feel lonely at times. It could feel kind of like uphill. And you're like, damn, would I ever get there? Well, quitting won't speed nothing. You're not going to get anywhere if you quit. And if you do, you look back, you kind of throw the towel, and then you change your mind. Now you got to go harder because you went all the way back. So where you at is where you have to be because everybody has different seasons and different ways of seeing it. Some people want to go hard and want to go all in. Boom, go at it. But I can tell you one thing. If you're here tonight, you're a dreamer. And I know for sure that you want more life. Now, how many of you on here tonight feel that you're kind of like riding the struggle bus? Man, I post everywhere. I do the TikToks, I do reels, I do Facebook reels, I even do YouTube shorts. I just feel like it's not happening. Anybody? Can anybody relate? Well, the one big problem is that you're not thinking with a long-term mindset. You're thinking of the microwave, the popcorn. You want that? You're comparing your chapter 2 to somebody's chapter 20. You might see that the grass is greener on the other side, but guess what? Probably that person already had a 20-year process, and they're caking right now, enjoying the fruits of the labor, enjoying the stuff that they're going through. You're going to get there too. And I'm not saying you're going to have to wait 20 years, but I'm saying everybody has a different season and a different time where they're going to reap those fruits. Now, if you are going on a struggle bus, relax. Oh, that's not the word. Sorry. Relax. It's just part of it. Let me get to the point now. Because at the end, we're all going to get there. We're all going to go there. But if you just either quit or if you want things too fast, you're going to be desperate, anxious. It's going to cause you more problems. So don't even worry about not being maybe where you feel or you think that you should be by now. All right.
Hey, Omar, I just wanted to tell you something. I don't know, maybe your trainer and mine are like, I think when you are aligned with the right people, when you're the right mentors, you get the same information. So I literally just heard these words about the influencer market halting last week. And this week we continued that conversation with our mentorship call. So I'm right there with you. I completely understand what you're saying.
Wow,
So
that's
it's some
powerful.
real powerful stuff that we're so aligned.
That's so powerful. And I don't even know where you attend, but I guess these people are saying something that it's happening and
Yep.
they're putting us ahead of time. Because guess what? It hasn't crashed yet, but I'm going to give, but well, since we're talking about that, social media is going to change a lot.
A
I don't know
hundred.
if you've seen on some of the channels, people are having subscriptions. These platforms are going to look for big influencers down the road, so they could be their brand ambassador for the companies, for Instagram, for TikToks, for Facebook. And this is why, in on Twitter, it really started on Twitter. This is why you're going to see a blue check, a verification blue check on many influencers and many people, because these people are going to have to pay to play. So we're going to talk about that later, but and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is really happening. So, but you don't have to be there to become that, because you don't need that, but it's happening, and it's happening at a pace where surprisingly it's speeding up, and we're in the perfect time. This is like the perfect storm, because we're like right in the middle of this recession economically, and also on social media. And that's why I say relax, take some feel right. You know, you're gonna feel right, because at the end of the day, this is gonna benefit us. People are going to be looking for opportunities like crazy.
And
And
right now, like it benefits micro and nano influencers. That's
micro and nano influencers. And that's where I want to get, because you don't need to be a mega influencer. Actually, to be honest, a lot of people are losing trust on mega influencers. So you'll see people who, well, many people are asking me about this, you know, how did I get my teeth so wide, you know, stuff like that, right? Just saying, just to see. Nobody's asking them. These people are just popping up with that, and they're getting people trying to get people curious, but people have lost trust. Ah, you're going to try to sell me something. So here's where we come and we do something different. Why? Because now we have the opportunity to provide value and get the attention, get these eyes on us. And people are gonna be like, I had conversation this week. I'm gonna show you later what has happened throughout these days that I never thought. People actually think that, oh my God, you're an expert in longevity. And I'm like, they're like, I crack up, but at the same time, like, okay, I'll take it as a compliment. But yeah, I'm no expert. So, and you don't have to be one. Anybody on here tonight, you do not have to be one to influence other people. Now, what's the problem? What's the root cause of hitting a snag and probably riding the struggle bus? Question, before I tell you that, before I give you that, I, I, I want to ask you permission. Would you still love me if I give you the answer to this? All right. It's very simple. Stop trying to go viral. It's not helping you. Stop trying to go after the shiny object and trying to become somebody that at the end of the day, you really don't want to be. Why? That's a quality problem. A lot of these influencers, because a lot of people say, oh my God, look at Mr. Beast. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is. I knew him because of my grandson. Funny enough, but my grandson knows who's Mr. Beast. Now, these people, they're not just one person, they're companies. These people have, you know, they have video editors, photographers, they have graphic designers, they have promoters, they have a whole company of people, but their name is one, Mr. Beast. So don't even compare yourself to them, because that's a lot of problem. Down the road, when it comes to the tax game, and that's something you understand in another training, it's a little stressful, because you have to try to find how to win that tax game and try to make things up. You're going to create employees you probably even have. But just so you know, the whole viral thing, it's hurting your business and it's hurting your duplication, right? So most people who fail don't have a long-term mindset. Here's where a lot of people are messing up. I want to become the influence of Mr. Beast in these few months. But did you know that Mr. Beast started in 2008 and nobody knew about him? Did you know that these people have been years out there creating content and no one ever heard about them? But now, boom, the boom. Because when 2020 came, 2019, 2020, it was like the golden era of social media. But everything that goes up and rises has to come down if it's not steady. So it's coming down, but it's coming down for good because it might come back even harder. It might be a better opportunity. We don't know. We might have, uh, hologram, another social media platform and just crush it. I don't know. But it's an opportunity for us to take advantage of this. Now, nobody on here tonight has a short-term mindset. Anybody know these two players on here? If you don't, one is the legendary and he passed, Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, and the other one is Allen Iverson. Two of the best players NBA has had in history. But one of them is in the conversation of the GOATs, the other one is not. And why? And here's what we're going to talk about why it's important. Because there's just something called the rule versus the exception, right? So you see these people that go viral, I'm going to line it, I'm going to bring it home. These people that go viral, they have like, oh my God, huge numbers and all that. A lot of these people don't even understand marketing. A lot of these people don't even have human communications, regular, basic human communications. They just went viral, the exception. And it just so happened they have a huge lead, a huge following, and some of them don't even know what to do with that. Now, how does that align with you? Very simple. Let me put it plain and simple here. Well, so the Black Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant, he's known for being a high performer, super disciplined, and he is in the GOAT conversation with nonetheless MJ, Michael Jordan, who is named the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Then you have Mr. Allen Iverson, who is a great player. He had great average PPG, points per game, not in the GOAT conversation. Why? Because while people were practicing like Kobe, he would go practice, even start at 4 a.m. This gentleman was out clubbing, drinking, then he'll come back on a game and he'll put 40. He'll break ankles, he'll break knees. And it's like, damn, like this dude is bad. But he was the exception. Now, when it came to discipline, he was out the picture. He wasn't even disciplined to go practice. He was sometimes lazy. He didn't want to practice. He did incredible games. He has a name, but he is not mentioned in the GOAT conversation. And here's where you as an entrepreneur, as a networker, as a change maker, you come. If you have a disciplined mind rooted in what you really want, you're going to be mentioned in those conversations of the GOATs, of network marketing, of people who actually make a difference. Now, remember this, discipline without limits. Discipline yourself doesn't mean you're going to have a timeline. And it doesn't mean you're going to have, well, I'll discipline myself today. Tomorrow I'll just rest. It's discipline yourself without limits. And I have two verses here that I want to read to you. One of them is Proverbs 25-28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So if you don't have a rule of your own spirit, you're not disciplined, anything could come in you and just, the shiny object could take you away. We have had great leaders in full life. I'm not even going to say their name, but people who have reached even gold and they left to another company. Why? The shiny object syndrome. They didn't discipline themselves to stay on their vision, what they believed they thought they were going to have. But something came shiny, all of a sudden, boom, they left. Wish them all the best, but they will regret when they see what we're about to be doing, especially the new generation. We're going to kill it. So the other verse is, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I know that a lot of people have it mixed and thinking that because we're doing social media, it's either one or the other. No, you have to be in a certain way, and this is the proper way to explain it. You have to be hybrid. You have to know that social media is a tool, it's the best tool to reach people. Yeah, I can have 5-10 conversations a day, whereas in person, I don't have the time to do it. Even if I wanted to, if I take days off from my job, I wouldn't have the time to do it because it's a little bit harder. Now, nothing is going to replace a hug. Nothing is going to replace that in-person energy. That, yeah, I could be fired up on here tonight and I could give you some golden nuggets and all that. But if we're in a room, trust me, I will make some people get off their seats and stand up. Trust me, I know I can get to a point when I get fired up. People say I'm contagious. I don't know about that so much, but I've seen it. And I've seen it at the rallies and opening the rallies. So the energy is completely different, but you got to be transformed. You have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, understanding that it's not one or the other. It's both aligned, because at the end of the day, we are networkers. And like I said, networking is not, like Dave says, it's not what I do, it's what we are. And I want you to take that deeply in your heart. Now I'm going to give you how to break out of that. Okay. What is a recession? Let's get to the point. What's a recession? Very plain and simple. What's happening on social media is too many things to buy, not enough resources. And you might be saying, well, I'm not necessarily buying on social media. Yeah, but you're consuming. And you're consuming content that probably is not pertinent with your goals, with you becoming who you want to become, not necessarily aligned with the rank you want to be in and the people you want to touch. So that goes also with your time. Your time cannot get back. So when it comes to what is it that you're buying, what you're giving, you have a high demand on the time, the interest, the time available to consume social media content, but then the supply available to the available inventory of social media types, posts, and variety of platforms just take you over. That's why I was saying before, you don't see 1,000 posts a day. You don't see 10,000 posts a day. You watch whatever's of your interest, but this is why we have to be very careful, because sometimes I fall in it. Listen, I'm not telling you something I read on a book. I live this. And because I have a little bit of my ADHD, it kind of hits me. And when it hits me, I get distracted. And when I look to the side, 30, 40 minutes went by and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get to where I was going. But this happens to everybody. Now, in that supply and demand, this is what's happening. You're consuming your time on Scrollville. There's a high demand of so many things. Now you take this an advantage. Because if you get the eyes that are on other social influencers and people who are already building or having a following, not necessarily building, but if they have a following and you get some of these eyes on you, you're going to have conversation. And then you're going to be like, oh, I haven't even posted. To be honest, I haven't posted in 2 days. My last video, I think it was probably yesterday or Sunday with my grandson. He did a video. I posted him because I've had conversations throughout these days and I'm being productive with my time. Giving presentations, sending out a video, doing a follow-up, getting on somebody, telling people about the challenge, telling people about hey, we got a special offer. It's a free shipping this month and all that, conversation that lead to where I want to get. And yeah, at the end of the day, of course, I want to make friends, but I also want to make money. and I got to be real about that. I love on people, but also you have to make money. They don't just come out of the blue. Here's what's happening. And the engagement rate for many followers, the more followers equals lower engagement and lower follower reach. So your post might be, your videos are popping up or your videos you're posting it, you have, let's say I got like, I don't know, like 5,000 followers on TikTok, which is the most, probably like 1,200 on Instagram. Not everybody's seeing my post. I can see it. Why is that? Because as you continue to increase your engagement, your engagement goes lower and your follower reach is going to go lower. This is how these people play. Until you grow a bigger following, then they're going to start reaching out at you and say, hey, you can get paid for your posts and your videos. And it all sounds nice, but don't fall into the trap. You're going to get paid. I've seen people who have millions of views, you get paid like $6 and you got to wait a month. So there's no deal. We have a 25% the next day. I woke up on May 1st with somebody who I followed up, and I'm going to show you where to take people from social media, but somebody I had followed up, I sent a link and I put them on my email list. I created this little campaign so I could drip on him. Throughout that drip, he saw the email, he read it, and he saw what was happening. And on May 1st, I just did my loyalty today, and I got like 400 points. But last month, I did my loyalty late, and I ended up on my personal value with 700 or something points. I'm like, whoa. So what I'm telling you is focus on productivity over virality and over all these what do you call it? Vanity metrics. So what do I do? Okay. You get people, you post, you get engagement. If you get 1 or 2 engagements or people who are commenting and you're able to get from 5 people, you're able to get 2 conversations, it's a win. Try your best to close at least 1 of them or 2 and take them out of social media. Because what happens if social media falls and collapses? Some people have gotten their accounts just completely deleted, and they wake up and they're like, oh my God, my TikTok was gone. Like it was banned. My Instagram is hacked. And what do I do now? Well, as a networker, you should know exactly what to do. And that is going back to the basics. What is the basics? Very simple. Remember the list, invitation, plan, follow up. That doesn't die. That stays there. But now you're gonna build it different. And now you go out there and build a different way of list. What are the basics of a social networker? Bring value, meet, connect, engage, love, pop the question, because yeah, you can love all that. And you know what? I'm a type of person, I like to get to the point straight. I don't like the sugarcoating and stretching it out and kind of like, I'm in Puerto Rico, we say we're seasoning it, estamos adovándolo, we're seasoning it. And at the end, like, damn, that's all you wanted after 6 months? Like, I thought you was legit. Like, nah, I pop the question right away. Like, I'll connect, I'll bring value. Oh, great. I'll pop the question. And then I'll go and build rapport. Oh, so how's the family? How's the kids? Because if you start building rapport from the beginning, I mean, everybody has different styles. It's just my way of going it. You can go different about it. I just feel it's kind of like it's a little slimy. Like you're just, you're seasoning me all over. You're putting sugar all over and tapping my shoulders and everything. And oh my God. Then down the road, boom, hey, you wanna be in my business? You wanna buy my product? I just think that if we can get quicker to that point and make it happen and just okay, now we'll build a rapport. We start a convo. I could ask you about the kids, and you're ask you about little Jimmy and playing baseball and all that and the cookies and whatever. But I just feel that it's better to get to the point than to try to sugarcoat them. So follow up, but overall, keep them near the campfire. And here's where I've learned. I didn't know this. I started learning this. I've learned that if you create a landing page with a newsletter and you create a campaign to drip on them once in a while, you will keep them near the campfire. Sometimes listen, I've been blocked by people sometimes for stupid stuff. Like, dude, I just asked you if you were open to make some money or not. You're blocked. How dare you? And they blocked me. I got your email. I'm gonna reach out to you, man. So some people like that who probably won't even engage in your videos, they get the email, and when they get the email, all of a sudden they have interest and they buy. So keep them near the campfire, whether it's around your group, around your community, or on emails. It's very simple, very necessary to keep them around that campfire. And one of the things I did was exactly that. I was able to build a nice. I'm still building. I'm learning how to do this. A nice email list. So here's a little video that I did. This happened from I would say mid-April, maybe a month, and all these people are signing up to my newsletter. In my I also have a little link on TikTok that says G Factor. So people think it's like the G thing and it's just Gold Factor, but I have all the stuff on there, but they have to sign up and I get their email on a caption page and then I drip on them. So these are the 4 stages of every business. But in today's world, this is how you take it from discovery to scaling. Want to take a screenshot at it, you feel free. Um, from discovery, what's your thing? What's your brand? Who are you? How are people going to know you for? What's your niche? Now, I thought I was going to talk to Gen X dads or your grandpas. It just so happened that 84%, I think it was, 84% on TikTok are Gen X women. So I can pick a niche, but it probably is not the one that's actually going to respond. So I'm kind of flipping it, and yeah, I use my grandson. I'll be honest, I use my grandson. You got to use everything you possibly can to get the attention of people. Your people, what to sell? You know, what's your platforms? You launch it. What's your website? I don't even have a website. I just have a landing page. Your email list. You start building your opt-ins, your sales. If you have some sales on there, you share. I share the sales that we have from the company, the special, the monthly special. You know, whatever we have, customer journey, nurturing, all this stuff, then you bring it into market. Market is probably one of the biggest mistakes or biggest downsides of a lot of networkers, because we tend to market in a different way, in a different aspect. I used to market just the product in a different way with reading the ingredients. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you talk about, like Cindy said in one of her trainings, when you talk about the benefit of the benefit, and you dig deep, seven levels down deep, people are not, listen, they're gonna look at you like you're the freaking expert, and they're gonna want, hey, just give me what you have. That's it. I'm happy what you having. So really important to, understand the market, understand the marketing, and creating funnels that are gonna benefit you, and then scale it up. Now this is May for me. This is last week. These people are buying without any, like, I just followed up with them. I followed up, and all I did was, connect them. I said I got their emails. So what's the KISS formula? You might be asking. Keep it super simple. Don't think this is a lot of hassle. And for June, I'm gonna talk to Jennifer if it's okay. I'm gonna share on here how to create a landing page, if that's okay with you guys. If it's okay, I'll train on that. I'll show you how to create a landing page. It's very simple. You can create a caption page that takes you to a landing page and takes them to a campaign. Then you drip, drip, drip on them at least once or twice a week. It doesn't even have to be much. Once or twice a week. Once they have something coming from you, it's personal. Now they feel you're talking to them. Wow, he actually sent me an email. But, make it nice. And now I'll be honest, listen, ChatGPT has changed the game. It's changing the game. Yeah, I did before try to struggle with it, and it's a hassle. But if you ask ChatGPT, it's going to give you a really good response, and you're going to have some really compelling emails that people are going to click. They're going to open. And that's how I'm starting to get these sales through emails. Yeah, I'm still doing social media, and I'm not going to stop. And if I go viral one day, amen. But it's just not my main focus. I don't want it to be my main focus, because if social media disappears, where do I take them? So I have to have that extra plan, that plan Z, because I already got the plan B, C, D, and all that. I just got to find plan Z, and just in case anything pops up. But keep it super simple. Don't complicate yourself. It doesn't have to be hard. All right. So that being said, the next training, pack and pipeline with endless prospects through email. All right. And I just hope that if you did find some value, share in the comments. If you did, let me know what you did find. What did you like best? What got your attention? What do you think? If you have any questions, what's goody? Let me know. Any questions in the chat?
I took a bunch of notes, okay? But let's start taking some questions. Let's start with Elena. Let me unmute you real quick. There you go.
I have a question. Everybody's talking about what's the word? Sure, Jule. I have like how to say, when you go on everything automatically. Automatization of your chat on WhatsApp and Facebook. What do you think about that? Is worth it to do that or no?
Save you time. So I don't have it on WhatsApp. I don't have it anywhere, to be honest, but I do my emails like that, not automated because they will sound robotic. But it does help you if like you're really busy and you have people like trying to get to you. So you create you create a message that's going to be automated. Once people reach out to you, it kind of replies. You got the bots on Messenger as well. It replies for you. So depending on what you ask them from the beginning, if they want to know more and expand on whatever, you give them the importance. I think it helps to save you time. It is a tool.
Yeah, I check it and somebody was doing a master class and they have like a 4 different kind of software. So you can really be very personal and how to answer to everyone and everything. But it's a lot to learn. I'm getting crazy about that. But I mean, to learn so much is, but I will keep it simple for now.
Awesome. Go for it. Yeah, if it's something that that fires you up, go for it. It just takes time to prep it, but
Thank
I would suggest go for it.
you.
Perfect. Okay, let's go with Mati. Go ahead. Let me ask you to unmute. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. I'm say since now I know my needs because I'm working with premenopause ladies, women, menopause. My Instagram is growing and not a lot. Like finally past 1,000 a little bit, but I have been building my Instagram since for 3 years already. Maybe group 500 people, but it's slowly. Slow, but I'm doing it. With the live, I invited today Omar to a live tomorrow with a doctor. I'm very excited because I follow her on TikTok, just 1,000 followers, Instagram too, YouTube, very good. Finally, she said, okay, after almost a year, I want to do a live tomorrow with her. And yeah, people are getting to know me better. People are texting me, sending me messages. They love the premenopause topic because women don't want to talk much about the topic because it's private, and I'm feeling happy. And they want to know more. I will see you later in the sales, not yet, but people sometimes buy from the story, my stories, from my posts, and but not always, I can say. But I know I want to be better, like you said, Omar. You give me, how do you say, aliento, no sé en English, so ánimo, motivation, and yeah, you have to do it. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but noticing that I have to do it. I have to do my reels, my life, and people. If not, people say, "Where are you? Where are you?" They text me, "Where are you? I don't see you anymore." And I have to continue every day, motivate yourself a little bit.
Keep going. You're doing great, by the way. I've seen your
Thank
stuff.
you.
You're doing great. Just keep going. You found your niche. That takes sometimes a lot of years for people to discover because we kind of like we think about it so much. And me, overthinker anonymous, I know how that feels trying to find your niche and not trying to pinpoint it. So if you found it, just stay there. You know who you're talking to, and you know how to talk to them. So that's going to be the people who's going to add to your list and to your bank account. Keep going. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. Anybody else have a question right now? I know it's a lot of information. There's like so much more to come, and I'm super excited about the email training that you're gonna do because that's something I've been trying to like do. I did it a while ago, and it was very successful, but lo and behold, I let it go and kind of like fell out of my hands. So I need to start doing that again. So I'm looking forward to your training because that's something I was actually going to start. So I'm excited about that. Actually,
That's great. And actually, right now with ChatGPT, it's going to help us so much because one of the reasons because I had started a while ago, but I kind of stopped with the emails. It's the time. It consumes a lot of time. So we're going to bring that. We're going to bring that.
I'm actually super excited about that one that you mentioned it. I was like, And lately my mentor was saying, hey, email marketing is not dead. It's actually like pretty good nowadays, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I need to get back on that. But it used to take me some time, which is why I was like, oh, and then I see English and Spanish. But well, I think the game is changing now. So I'm excited about that one. Everyone should be excited about that
one. Awesome.
All right, y'all. Any other questions we have right now? This is like your moment. If not, we have exactly 2 minutes and 50 seconds. No? Okay. All right, everyone. Oh my
Thank you, guys. Just want to say thank you before we go. You guys are awesome. I'm learning so much from you guys. I'm sorry I'm eating because I have a meeting to run to, and I'm taking my notes. And I always get caught up in all this, but I follow you guys. So you guys, when I get stuck, I'll just go on your social media and see what you guys are doing. So that helps me a lot. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Awesome. God bless. Thank you.
Can I just like gonna say thank you, Omar? This is bombarding. You are doing very well, and maybe if you guys follow me on also TikTok, one day I take like listening Omar's video and I make my own. You can use Omar's like videos to make your own. Go with him.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for logging on tonight. As you can see, golden nuggets. There's action steps for everyone to take. If you have any questions, you can always just reach out in the chat that we have together. We're always there. Somebody's going to answer. So thank you for being here tonight. Omar, thank you so much for sharing all that information. We know that you take up, your resources, your time, everything to learn this on your own and then come and teach us. And we're forever grateful for that. Thank you so much. And we're grateful to your family for, sparing that time as well. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for being awesome. And thank you everybody for being on here tonight. Had a great, awesome time with you guys. I was in a room with smart people, so you guys made it easier for me because I was kind of nervous. But hey, thank you, Cindy, for being incredibly awesome, for lighting it up. I was kind of nervous. I was against the fence whether I was like, I don't know how to start this, but you made it easier for me. So thank you. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Have an amazing night. And like I always say, see you all over the top.